Welcome to the program, everybody. Tyrone Bowman live. A couple of things I want to talk about as I'm getting started. For those of you who have subscribed to Tyrone Bowman Live, thank you for your subscription, and I hope you come along with me and as I journey along and report everything that I can possibly find that's happening in the nation and around the world, in politics, religion, entertainment, etc. Also, Tyrone Bowman tonight is it's a program that is unfiltered, uncompromising, and unapologetic. I do not make content for children. This is a grown person's program. I just want to put that disclaimer out there. This program is not intended for children at all. Now, having said that, let's get down to the essence of this story. They thought they would not get caught down in Nebraska. Well, they got caught trying to steal the election for Donald Trump and steer it in his favor even before it got started. Keep telling you all this talk about stop the steal, stop the fraud, and all that stuff. They're the main ones behind trying to be fraudulent and steal everything. Well, one senator was not having it. So, once again, Tyrone Bowman live. According to the Nebraska Examiner, State Senator Mike McDonald deflates the GOP's hopes for Nebraska winner-take-all in 2024. The Republican push to change how Nebraska awards its electoral college votes and boost former President Donald Trump ran into political reality Monday as a key lawmaker, State Senator Mike McDonald, announced he won't support the change. They tried to convince McDonald to support the change, but he is adamantly dead set against changing it. McDonald of Omaha said he had heard from people passionate about the issue who live in the Omaha-based 2nd Congressional District. But he said he did not hear enough to move him off his original position against the switch. Elections should be an opportunity for all voters to be heard, no matter who they are, where they live, or what party they support. McDonald said in a statement, "I have taken time to listen carefully to Nebraskans and national leaders on both sides of the issue. After deep consideration, it's clear to me that right now, 43 days from Election Day, is not the moment to make this change. It is insidious of MAGA, the GOP, the Trump Republicans, attempt to change how the electoral votes are given at the last minute. Why? Because they don't think it could be won honestly. So what do they want to do? They want to change the way the football game is played. How would it look if your favorite football team was winning the game and all of a sudden they decided to move the goalpost in the middle of the game to favor the opposing team? Wouldn't be right. McDonald said he told Governor Jim Palin his stance and suggested that the legislature put winner take all to a vote of the people as a proposed constitutional amendment, so people can decide the issue once and for all. Nebraska and Maine are the only states that award a single electoral college vote to the winner in each congressional district, plus 2 votes to the statewide winner of the presidential popular vote. Nebraska has split off votes twice in 4 presidential elections. And Trump spoke to Nebraska Senator during Palin's winner-take-all meeting. So why would Trump be speaking to the senator who's a Democrat? Why? These people have no shame. They have no honor. Lie, cheat, and steal. That's the name of the game with them. If they can get away with it, they're going to continue to do it every time. President Joe Biden won the 2nd district in 2020. Trump won all 5 of the state's electoral votes in 2016. Mitt Romney did the same in 2012. The 2nd district got its national name as the Blue Dot in 2008 when former President Barack Obama won it. Nebraska Republicans have argued for years that Nebraska should award all 5 of its electoral votes to the statewide winner of the presidential popular vote, a process many call winner-take-all. Republicans hold a 2-to-1 voter registration advantage over Democrats nationwide, but the second district cuts much more evenly between Republicans, Democrats, and registered nonpartisans, a split that makes the second district competitive in the national elections. So why are the Republicans so afraid of an honest, open election? Because they know and believe that Donald Trump is not going to win this election. I said so many times, probably 100 or 200, maybe 300 videos ago, they could have chosen someone else to run as their nominee. They could have chosen someone much younger, someone much more articulate, an individual who would be mainstream and could speak to the masses of people. But they chose to go with Trump, the divider in chief, the insurrectionist in chief, the denier in chief. That's who they chose to continuously go with. Palin had pledged to call a special session if he could secure the 33 votes needed to overcome a filibuster to change to winner take all. All 5 of Nebraska's GOP congressional delegates wrote a letter urging state lawmakers to pass such a move. The Nebraska legislature has 33 Republicans, 15 Democrats, and 1 progressive who is a registered nonpartisan. People wimping votes for Palin and the Trump campaign have told others they expected the remaining GOP holdouts to join the push for the change if McDonnell did it. Why do you want the Democrat senator to do what y'all want? Why? Why are you so insistent on people bowing down to the Republicans instead of doing what's best for the majority? They want to be the individuals to continuously set the precedent in a wrong way for everything, everyone, and everybody. Palin's office had no immediate comment Monday, nor did the Trump or Harris campaigns. Why would Trump comment? Because he's not going to say anything that's sensible anyway. McConnell's no winner take all leaves Republicans in Nebraska's officially nonpartisan legislature with no path to overcoming a promised filibuster unless a Democrat or nonpartisan senator defects. Why should they defect and do what you want? You have a no give and take attitude in the Senate. Republicans have a no give and take attitude in Congress. Everything that's good for the good of the constituency and good for America, a Republican shoot it down every single time. The same thing with the Republican senators. Everything that's good for the constituency and for the good of America, they shoot it down every single time. And they don't care if their constituents like them or not. Just like they voted against the infrastructure deal that Biden had to sign into law. And after he signed it into law, they had a nerve to turn around and want to take credit for it, for something they were adamantly opposed against. Drive through America, you see nothing but infrastructure campaigns going forward. Not campaigns, strike that down. Infrastructure constructions going on around the country, thanks to Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Part of the GOP's urgency is wrapped in national polling that shows a close race between Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris. The Democratic nominees, some political observers have argued the second district could break a 269 to 269 electoral tie. Few Democrats were surprised that the fate of winner-take-all largely swung on McDonald, a former Oklahoma Fire Union president who switched to the GOP's this spring after facing political pushback from Democrats for backing abortion restrictions and legislation restricting some health care for minors who are transgender. So he left the Democratic Party and decided to join the Republican Party. But when a Republican leaves their party and becomes a Democrat, you're going to hate them for life. But now that they've got State Senator Mike McDonald on their team, he still won't vote the way that they want him to vote. Several said the abortion debate should have shown Republicans that McDonald is largely immovable once he has made a controversial position clear. McDonald said when he switched parties that he would not support winner take all. Others said he did what helped him most politically. So what? They do what helps them politically. They ostensibly do what helps them politically. They don't care about nobody but themselves. All the political posturing from Vance and Trump, especially the MAGA lies they keep telling about the Haitians down in Omaha, Springfield. And they're not going to stop until somebody gets killed down there. They're not going to stop until somebody gets deathly hurt. And then Trump is going to disavow all knowledge and run. Even the statements that he constantly put out on his so-called Truth Social platform, he'll try to wipe the slate clean so they don't show. You can't trust a liar. A liar is going to continue to do what they do, lie. McDonald's stance softened in recent weeks under pressure from local, state, and national Republicans, including some with ties to the Trump campaign. He was one of 24 GOP state senators who met September 18th with Palin and U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham, a Republican from South Carolina. You know what that's called? That's called election interference. That's what it's called. Meddling. Trying to make somebody do something they don't want to do against their convictions and their conscience. People in the room said McDonald told GOP colleagues last week that he was looking for a way to get to yes. McDonald told the Examiner on Thursday, not long after the meeting discussion became public, that he remained a no on winner take all as of today. He's probably lying too. He kept meeting and talking with people on both sides of the issues, including people tied to Trump. After that statement, he also heard from national and local Democrats tied to Harris. They should be in the room with the meeting. You can't have no secret closed-door meeting trying to persuade somebody to change their position or something they don't want to change their position. But on Monday, McDonald seemed to want to put the issue to rest. And with it, he may have secured one more election where a small slice of Nebraska will matter to both presidential campaigns. U.S. Senator Pete Rickes, Republican, said he was incredibly disappointed by Senator McConnell's opposition to winner take all. Rickes said Nebraskans should speak as one in the Electoral College and elect a president for all Nebraskans. No, what he's basically saying is that Senator Mike McDonald should speak the way they want him to speak, become corrupt, become dubious, like them, and speak with the one unified voice of the corrupt Republican GOP. State Senator Rob Dover, a Republican representing the Norfolk area, also expressed disappointment in McDonald's decision. There is too much at stake in this election for Nebraskans to spare an electoral vote. Dover said in a statement, we should speak as a unified voice. See, that's the problem with y'all. Y'all stand against wrong. You stand against injustice. You stand against fairness. You stand against decency. You stand against opportunity for all. You stand against health care for all, yet y'all have that black card for health care. You get the top health care in the world for you and your family, but you don't want others to have that. You stand against black people being unified in voting as one monolithic voting bloc against Trump. You stand against the rise of a black unified voice condemning racism, bigotry, and prejudice. That's what you stand against. You stand against minorities who immigrated from a war-torn, poverty-stricken country and landed down in Springfield, Ohio. You stand against them simply because they're black. And you don't want them there, yet they're the ones who caused the economic revival to take place. They are doing the dirty work that the other people don't want to do. That's what you stand against. You stand against an independent, thinking, consciously awakened voter like me who has already made his decision thanks to Trump. My decision's made already. Stop letting people intimidate you. Stop letting people bribe you. Stop letting people make you think you have to be what they want you to be and do what you want to do. That's the wrong with the world today. Everybody's trying to make everybody think and walk and talk and act like them. It doesn't go like that. State Senator Lauren Lippincott, a Republican from Central City, said he has spoken with the governor's office and they are now doubtful that they would call a special session this year on winner take all. McDonald's vote was key, he said. This kind of close is the casket. Lippincott said of his fellow senators' announcements, with Mike McDonald being in absolute no, that kind of closes the lid. We're going to have to reintroduce this bill in the next session. These people never want to quit. They're too wicked, they're too dubious. But Trump and Harris have campaign staff in Nebraska, and both have sent surrogates to campaign here. Harris's running mate, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, a Nebraska native, held a rally here. Trump's running mate, Senator Ohio, a U.S. Senator J.D. Vance, came to Nebraska to fundraise and meet with local Republicans. We don't care about you, Vance. For McDonald, the calculus could be party political. He has openly flirted with running for mayor of Omaha as early as 2025. His likely opponent, Republican incumbent Jean Stothert, has said she supports the switch to winner-take-all. So basically, you're threatening him. If you don't do what we want you to do, we're not going to help you become the mayor. Just play ball with us. Just lie. Just cheat. Just steal. Help us steal the election for Trump. Help us to make sure that Trump wins by lying, cheating, and stealing. We got your back. We'll lie, cheat, and steal for you to help you to become mayor. After all, there's a all white boys network down here. We all stick together. Basically, that's what they're saying. Statewide support leans toward winner-take-all, but polling over several years indicates broad bipartisan support in the 2nd District for keeping the state's unusual system, which brings attention and money to the Omaha area. McDonald's statement acknowledged the impact on the district. For Omaha, it brings tremendous national attention. It's impactful on our local economy and forces presidential candidates to make their case to all Nebraskans instead of just flying over and disregarding us, he said. Jane Kalib, chair of the Nebraska Democratic Party, praised McDonald for standing strong against tremendous pressure from out-of-state interests to protect Nebraskans' voice in our democracy. Isn't that what they say when black people show up? Oh, those outsiders. That's what they said during the Civil Rights era. That's what they said down in the racist South when the civil rights workers were registered people that vote, those troublemakers, those outsiders, those agitators, stirring up the good Negroes down here, stirring up the good blacks. That's the way they talked. And that's what they believed. That was their ideology. And systematically, some of them still think that way. But this is a brand new day. And we're not going back, quote, unquote. Nebraska has a long and proud tradition of independence, and our electoral system reflects that by ensuring that the outcome of our election truly represents the will of the people without interference, Kalib said. And if they try it, then the Democrats got every right to protest the election results. Kalib also said the party would support leaders who stand up for the people, with some interpreted as a hint that the door might be cracked open for McDonald to return or to secure some form of support from the party if he runs for office in the future. What kind of garbage is that? Are you serious? Let me drink some haterade juice for my haters. You see that? That's called haterade. I'm gonna drink this in your honor. Tastes real good. Keep the hate flowing. I love you, haters. I know y'all hate me because I'm an independent, thinking, articulate black man, and I hate y'all right back. Now, how's that? You hate me, I hate you. Nebraska Republican Party had no immediate comment. Why would they comment when they're too busy trying to steal the election? Why would they comment when they're election deniers? Why would they comment when they think that they are entitled to something? America has an open, free election. That's how it's supposed to be. Never surrender. Never quit.